Deploying an ARM template for Azure SQL performance tuning is a straightforward process that can significantly improve the performance of your Azure SQL database. To start, you need to create an ARM template, which is a JSON file that defines the infrastructure and configuration of your Azure resources. First, go to the Azure portal and navigate to the Azure SQL database you want to tune. Click on the resource group and then click on the templates option. Here you can create a new template by clicking on the Add Template option. Next, define the parameters for your template, such as the database name, server name, and performance tier. You can also define the variables for your template, such as the location and the edition of the database. After defining the parameters and variables, you need to define the resources for your template. This includes the Azure SQL Server and the database. You can use the copy function to create multiple databases with the same configuration. Once you have defined all the resources, you can deploy the template to Azure. You can do this by clicking on the Deploy option in the Azure portal. You can also use PowerShell or the Azure CLI to deploy the template. After deploying the template, you can monitor the performance of your database using the Azure portal. You can use the Query Performance Insight option to analyze the queries that are running on your database and identify any performance bottlenecks. To further tune the performance of your database, you can use the Automatic Tuning option. This option allows Azure to automatically tune the performance of your database based on the workload. In addition to using the automatic tuning option, you can also use the Query Store option to store the queries that are running on your database. This allows you to analyze the queries and identify any performance bottlenecks. Best practices for deploying an ARM template for Azure SQL performance tuning include testing the template in a non-production environment before deploying it to production. You should also monitor the performance of your database after deploying the template to ensure that it is meeting your performance requirements. In conclusion, deploying an ARM template for Azure SQL performance tuning is a straightforward process that can significantly improve the performance of your Azure SQL database. By following the steps outlined in this guide, you can create and deploy an ARM template that meets your performance requirements and ensures that your database is running at optimal levels.